Hello, students. In today's lecture, we are going to solve some questions based on chapter Motion in a Straight Line, NCERT Exemplar 2.1 to 2.8 and 2.10. Disclaimer: the images, text, and other materials used in our presentations are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners. If you are the owner and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the content immediately. Please note that parts of the content may have been generated using generative AI, which is experimental. Learning objective. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to solve exemplar questions on motion in a straight line by applying concepts of displacement, velocity, acceleration, and equations of motion using proper reasoning and calculations. So, in today's lecture, we will cover multiple choice questions 2.1 to 2.6, multiple selective questions 2.7, 2.8, and 2.10. Question is, among of the four graphs shown in the figure, there is only one graph for which average velocity over time over the time interval 0t 0t can vanish for a suitably chosen t. Which one is it? So here you have to find out the correct graph which shows the two which shows the average velocity over time interval 0 to t. Think about it. So correct answer is B. Solution: thinking process. In this problem, we have to locate the graph which is having same displacement for two timings. When there are two timings for same displacement, the corresponding velocities will be in opposite directions. Look at figure. On x-axis time and on y-axis displacement. So at point A and at point B shows same displacement, but time is different. If we talk about at point A, so time is 0. If we talk about at point B, so time interval is t. So in this graph B, for one value of displacement, there are two different points of time. Hence, for one time, the average velocity is positive and for the other time is equivalent negative. So, as there are opposite velocities in the interval 0 to t, hence average velocity can vanish in B. This can be seen in the figure given below. Look at here. There is a 2 point, A point and B point, which shows two displacements to same displacements at different times 0 to t at point A and at point B. So here OA is equal to BT, same displacement for different points of time. So OA time is 0 second, and OT, if we talk about OB, if we talk about BT, B point and T point. The BT displacement time interval is T. So this one is the correct answer. A lift is coming from 8th floor and is just about to reach 4th floor, taking ground floor as origin and positive direction upwards for all quantities. Which one of the following is correct? Here, the given options, option A is x is less than 0, v is less than 0, and a is greater than 0. Option B, x is greater than 0, v is less than 0, and a is less than 0. Option C, x is greater than 0, v is less than 0, a is greater than 0. And option D, x is greater than 0, v is greater than 0, a is less than 0. So here you have to find out the correct option. Think about it. So correct option is A. Solution. Look at figure. As the lift is coming in downward directions, displacement will be negative. Here, lift is coming from 8th floor as shown in the given diagram. Coming from 8th floor to 4th floor. Reach at 4th floor. We have to see whether the motion is accelerating or retarding when lift coming from 8th to 4th floor. We know that due to downward motion, displacement will be negative. When the lift reaches 4th floor is about to stop, hence motion is retarding. Motion is retarding in nature. Hence, x is less than 0 and a is greater than 0. It means x is negative, displacement is negative, and acceleration will be positive. As displacement is negative, because x is less than 0, displacement is negative direction, velocity is also be negative. So that is v is less than 0. Clear? In one-dimensional motion, instantaneous speed v satisfy this condition. The condition is v is greater than equal to 0 and less than v naught. One-dimensional motion means motion along a straight line. Given options, option A is the displacement in time t must always take non-negative values. Option B, the displacement x in time t satisfies this condition, where x is greater than minus v naught t and less than v naught t. Option C, the acceleration is always a non-negative number. And option D, the motion has no turning points. So which one is correct option? Think about it. So correct option is B. The displacement x in time t satisfies this condition, and the condition is x is greater than minus v naught t and less than v naught t. Solution: for maximum and minimum displacement, we have to keep in mind the magnitude and direction of maximum velocity for the maximum and minimum displacement. As maximum velocity in positive direction is v naught, maximum velocity in opposite direction is also v naught. Yeah, v naught is maximum velocity. So maximum displacement in one direction is v naught t. Yes or no? Here the maximum velocity is v naught. So maximum displacement will be v naught t, velocity into time. And maximum displacement in opposite directions, that is minus v naught t. Here minus sign indicates the direction, opposite direction. So v naught t is the maximum displacement in one direction, and minus v naught t maximum displacement in opposite direction. Clear? Hence the condition will be x is greater than minus v naught t and less than v naught t. So this is the condition. The important point here is this: we should not confuse with direction of velocities. In one direction it is taken as positive, and in another direction it is taken as negative. A vehicle travels half the distance L with speed v1 and the other half with speed v2. Then its average speed is what? So in this question, you have to find out the average speed. Given options: option A is v1 plus v2 divided by 2. Option B, 2v1 plus v2 divided by v1 plus v2. Option C, 2v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. Option D, L v1 plus v2 divided by v1 v2. So which one is correct? Or we can say, which one is the average speed? Think about it. So correct answer is C, 2v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. Solution: thinking process. How we can solve this question? So to calculate average speed, we will calculate the total distance covered and we will divide by total time taken. So this is the formula of average speed: total distance covered divided by total time taken. So time taken to travel first half distance is t1. So this will be Ly2 divided by V1. So it becomes L divided by 2V1. This is the time taken to travel first half distance. If we talk about the time taken to travel second half distance, that will be T2 is equal to L divided by 2V2. So total time T1 plus T2. So T1 we know L divided by 2V1 and T2 is L divided by 2V2. So when we add T1 T2 using this using the T1 T2, you will be get Ly2 multiply with 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. Here we take Ly2 as a common term factor. So we know that average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. This is the formula of the average speed, and this is important. So just substitute the all given terms. Total distance is L according to question, and total time taken T1 plus T2. So here T1 plus T2 is L by 2 into 1 divided by V1 plus 1 divided by V2. Now take LCM. So V1 V2 taking the LCM, you will be get 2 V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. So the average speed 2 V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. The important point here is this: we should not confuse with distance and displacement, because distance is a scalar quantity, whereas displacement is a vector quantity. And distance is always, the magnitude of distance is always greater than or equal to displacement. This is very important concept. Clear? The displacement of a particle is given by x is equal to t minus 2 whole square, where x is in meter and t in second. The distance covered by the particle in first 4 seconds is what? So here you have to find out the distance covered by the particle in the first 4 seconds, where the displacement is x is equal to t minus 2 whole square. And unit of displacement and time is also given. Given options: option A is 4 meter, option B 8 meter, option C 12 meter, and option D 16 meter. So which one is the correct answer? Think about it. Solve this question. So correct answer is option B 8 meter. Solution: thinking process. In such type of problems, we have to see whether the motion is accelerating or retarding. During the retarding journey, particle will stop in between. Accelerating means particle accelerate in positive direction. Retarding, particle will stop in between. So given displacement of the particle x is equal to t minus 2 whole square. So here we will use the formula of a minus v whole square. So we know for velocity is rate of change of displacement, v is equal to dx upon dt. So we know x is equal to t minus 2 whole square. So just substitute the value of x. So it will be t minus 2 whole square divided by dt. So taking the derivative, you will be get 2 comes outside and minus 1 from the power. So remaining term is t minus 2 meter per second. And the derivative of t is 1 and derivative of 2 is 0. So this is 2 into 1 minus t minus 2 meter per second. And the another method is solving this a minus b whole square. A square minus b square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. Then take the derivative. So this one is also without solving the this term, you will be get the velocity is equal to this one. And acceleration is rate of change of velocity, dv upon dt. So we know velocity is what? 2 into t minus 2 meter per second. So just substitute the value of velocity in the formula of acceleration. So d divided by dt, 2 into t minus 2. So now take the derivative of 2 into t minus 2. You will be get 2 is a constant, so comes outside, and the derivative of t is 1. So 2 into 1 and derivative of 2 is constant, so minus 0. So it will be 2 meter per second square. So this is the acceleration. But in this question says that we have to find out the distance covered by the particle in first 4 seconds. So we know velocity is this one and acceleration is this one. So when t is equal to 0, when the time is equal to 0 second, in that case velocity will be minus 4 meter per second square. And t equal to 2 second, velocity is equal to 0 meter per second. And t equal to 4 second, velocity is equal to 4 meter per second. Now just substitute the value of t and value of v, means value of velocity on the graph. So this is vt graph. So when t is equal to 0, t equal to 0, this one at origin, and the velocity is minus 4 meter per second. So 0 and minus 4 meter per second. This one OC, 0 and here C. And t is equal to 2 second at point A. T is equal to 2 second and velocity is 0. This one. And t equal to 4 second at point D and velocity is 4 meter per second at point B. So here when we draw a line is this one AB crossing the x-axis, horizontal axis. So to calculate the distance covered by the particle in first 4 seconds, we will use the VT graph, this one. So distance traveled is equal to area of VT graph. This is the VT graph. So there is a two areas O, AC and ADB. Both are triangle. So now we will calculate the area of these two triangles. So area of OAC, the shape of the OAC is a triangular shape. The shape of ABD is also a triangle shape. So the formula of the triangle is, we know, half into base into height. So half 1 by 2, base is here 2 into height is 4 seconds. So 4 into 2 divided by 2 plus area of ABD. So here 1 by 2, base is 4 minus 2, 2 and height is 4. So 2 into 4. So solving this term, you will be get 8 meter. Here 8 meter is the distance traveled by the particle in first 4 seconds. Clear? At a metro station, a girl walks up a stationary accelerator in time t1. If she remains stationary on the accelerator, then the accelerator take her up in time t2. The time taken by her to walk up on the moving accelerator will be what? So here you have to find out the time taken by her to walk up on moving accelerator. Given options. Option A is T1 plus T2 divided by 2. Option B, T1 T2 divided by T2 minus T1. Option C, T1 T2 divided by T2 plus T1. And option D, T1 minus T2. So which one is correct? Think about it. Please solve. So correct answer is C. T1 T2 divided by T2 plus T1. Solution. In this question, we have to find net velocity with respect to Earth. That will be equal to velocity of girl plus velocity of accelerator. So let displacement is L, then velocity of girl Vg is equal to capital L divided by T1. So this is velocity of girl. And velocity of accelerator Ve is equal to L divided by T2. So there is a two velocities, velocity of girl and velocity of accelerator. Now net velocity of the girl Vg plus Ve. So we know Vg is L by T1 and Ve L by T2. So add Vg and Ve, we get L divided by T1 plus L divided by T2. If T is total time taken in covering distance L, then L divided by T is equal to L divided by T1 plus L divided by T2. So T equal to small t shows the total time taken. So T1 T2 divided by T1 plus T2. So this is the correct answer. Clear? This is multiple select question. There is a more than one options are correct. The variation of quantity A with quantity B plotted in figure on y-axis A, on x-axis B describes the motion of a particle in a straight line. So given options, option A is quantity B may represent time. Option B, quantity A is velocity if motion is uniform. Option C, quantity A is displacement if motion is uniform. Option D, quantity A is velocity if motion is uniformly accelerated. So which one is the correct answer? Means here you have to find out the A and B. Think about it. So correct options is A, C, D. Solution. When we are calculating velocity of a displacement time graph, we have to take slope. Similarly, we have to take slope of velocity time graph to calculate acceleration. It means, so by calculating the slope of velocity time graph, we will calculate the acceleration. When slope is constant, motion will be uniform. So if we talk about A option, when we are representing motion by a graph, it may be displacement time, velocity time, or acceleration time. In all these three cases, B may represent time. It means x-axis, horizontal axis maybe represent time. If we talk about C, for uniform motion, for uniform motion, velocity time graph should be a straight line parallel to time axis. Velocity time graph parallel to time axis. And for uniform motion, velocity is constant, hence slope will be positive. Hence, A quantity is a displacement. A is the displacement. If we talk about D, for uniformly accelerated motion, slope will be positive and A will represent velocity. Clear? A graph of x versus t is shown in the figure. Look at figure. Choose correct alternatives given below. Options. Option A is the particle was released from rest at t equal to 0. Option B, at B, the acceleration A is greater than 0. C, average velocity for the motion between A and D is positive. And option D, the speed at D exceeds than that at E. So think about it. Which one is correct? So correct answer is A, C, D. Solution. Thinking process. In this problem, we have to apply formula for slope, and that is dx upon dt. For the graph and for the velocity, v is equal to dx upon dt. As per the diagram, figure 3.3, at point A, the graph is parallel to time axis. Look at here. At point A, graph is parallel to time axis, or we can say parallel to horizontal axis. A. This is parallel. Hence, v is equal to dx upon dt because slope is 0. So, v equal to 0. So, as the starting points is A, hence we can say that the particle is starting from rest. At C, the graph changes slope. If we talk about the point C, graph changes slope. Hence the velocity also changes. Yes or no? As graph at C is almost parallel to time axis, hence we can say that velocity is vanishes. As direction of acceleration changes, hence we can say that it may be 0 in between. So, from the graph, it is clear that magnitude of slope at D is greater than magnitude of slope at E. Magnitude of slope at D is greater than magnitude of slope at E. Hence, speed at D will be more than at E. The important point here is this: we should be very clear about magnitude of slope. Negative slope does not mean less value. It represents change in direction of velocity. Clear? A spring with one end attached to a mass and the other to a rigid support is stretched and released. Given options. Option A is magnitude of acceleration when just released is maximum. Option B, Magnitude of acceleration when at equilibrium position is maximum. Option C, speed is maximum when mass is at equilibrium position. Option D, magnitude of displacement is always maximum whenever speed is minimum. So think about it. Which one is correct? So correct option is A and C. Solution: when spring is stretched by x, restoring force will be F is equal to minus kx. You know Hooke's law, F is equal to minus kx. And potential energy of stretched spring is equal to potential energy is equal to half kx square. This is the potential energy. The restoring force is central. Hence, when particle is released, it will execute simple harmonic motion about equilibrium position. So acceleration will be A is equal to F by m is equal to minus kx divided by m. You know F is equal to ma. So from F is equal to ma, A become F by m, and this is also a F is equal to minus kx. So when we will equate both F, so A is equal to become minus kx divided by m. At equilibrium position, x is equal to 0 and acceleration equal to 0. Hence, when just released, x is equal to maximum position. Hence, acceleration is maximum. At equilibrium, whole potential energy will be converted to kinetic energy. Hence, kinetic energy will be maximum, and hence speed will be maximum. So here the main concept is potential energy is directly converted to kinetic energy at equilibrium. Clear? Thank you for your attention.